Starting. Oh, it started. I thought there was a countdown. Hey, everybody. Smurf here.
I hear you in two mics again. Yeah, Lena
Because
does
he's
too.
so loud.
I'm excited and I'm projecting.
Stop it.
Um, I'm trying really hard.
Lena's face.
I want to yell because that's what I do. I can't help it. So, welcome to the Book a Month Club, the restrained Book a Month Club. We are doing our second meeting over Star Trek Voyager Pathways by Jeri Taylor. And I'm really excited, as you can tell. So, we'll jump right into it, I guess. Pat, did you guys have any questions or anything that you wanted to ask up front before we get going or anything?
Did Lena finish?
Yes.
Good.
Actually, so I felt really bad whenever you were like looking at me and telling me about that part because I knew it was coming next.
Yeah, you're an asshole.
So Lena was listening to the book whenever we got home, and she was almost done. And I don't know if you guys remember, like towards the end, what happens there. And this was like I guess an hour and a half or so ago, but she started kind of tearing up at the part where Neelix leaves his family to go to Talix.
Oh.
And she looked at me and she was like, "It's so sad." And I was like, "Yeah, it is. It's even worse when they all die." Oh. But yeah, I couldn't say anything, and I felt really, really bad, but I also kind of wanted to laugh a little bit, which is probably bad, but, you know, whatever. So anyway.
I had the exact same experience when Brittany was reading Game of Thrones and she got to the Red Wedding.
Oh.
I knew she was coming up to it too. I was like,
Well, he kept asking me where I was and was like watching me while I was reading, and I was just like,
Jeez.
it wasn't that bad.
it was pretty bad. You asked me a lot.
It's
Where are you
weird.
at? Where are you at? Where are you at now? Huh?
Okay, so on to the questions now. So this section was chapter 6 through chapter 10, which had Tom Paris's story and introduction, and Neelix's introduction and story, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Balana.
And Balana.
And the end of Balana, or end or start of Balana?
And
The whole thing of Balana. That's
Whole
what
thing?
we started with.
Okay.
yeah.
I read that part much longer ago than I read the last part of it. I read that part like the night after we did our last meeting.
Yeah, me too. It's been a long time since I read Balana's part.
So, did this section change the way you guys felt about any of the characters? Because I know we've all seen the TV show and everything.
It reinforced how I felt about. Am I on?
Mhm.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
It reinforced how I felt about Tom. I never liked Tom Paris, and I
Still don't like Tom Paris.
so yeah.
You don't like Tom Paris?
No,
Why?
I thought he was a spoiled brat.
That's actually why I asked the questions, because whenever we first watched the show, I hated Tom when they introduced him. I thought he was like really smug and a dick. And then I kind of grew to like him through the show, and then when we were reading this, they talked about how he like wrote off his friend's death and blamed one of them and everything, and it just reinforced it for me, and I was like, I don't like you anymore.
Aw, I love Tom Paris.
You're a dick, Tom Paris.
I like who Tom became.
Well, yeah.
Of course.
Nobody
But,
likes the shitty part of
Yeah,
Yeah.
early Tom Paris, I was just like, no, I don't like you.
But yeah. And I don't really think it changed anything else. I felt.
I don't know. I also felt I felt like Neelix's story was a lot sadder than I thought it was going to be. I knew it would be fairly sad, but felt pretty bad for the guy. I mean, he lost Kess eventually, and then he lost his whole family, and poor little furry dude.
Yeah, that was a little rough. Like the part with the burn victims was just like,
Yo,
Yeah,
yeah, his little hut.
yeah.
Yeah, and the little kid. Ugh.
Yeah, that part was pretty rough.
Yeah, because he describes like the whole body.
Uh-huh. That's
And then,
pudding.
yeah, and then gets to the very end of describing this. And it's like, oh, by the way, there are eyes staring at me, and this person is alive.
Yeah. Gross.
Also, did not peg Neelix for a drug addict.
I can understand why he lost his entire family, but yeah, that whole time that he was like telling himself, "Oh no, I don't really like it anytime I want
I
to."
was like, oh, I know where this is going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, Kids, you should stay off of that space meth. It's bad for you. We're not a very lively bunch tonight. What happened? I was really excited a few minutes ago, and then
I
Lena
think
made
we're
me be,
just concerned about both of your mics
Lena
because
made me be quiet.
they're both doing really weird things while you're both talking.
What the crap?
I don't know.
I started muting mine when Jason starts talking, or when I stop talking.
Yours is like it sounds muffled, like you're going like talking like this or something. But I don't really know why. But anyway, I think that's why.
anyways, on the Neelix front, I like the drug addict thing. It's like I was saying the last time. The one thing I thought was really missing from Neelix's story arcs was any kind of grit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when you first meet him, he's like this pissed off little scavenger who's like, "You get the hell away from my debris," and then he just became this jovial cook, which is fine. And he did have some meaty character moments, but I don't know. I would have liked. It's like I liked seeing that side of his character more.
Yeah, then he just leaves his friend.
Oh, that was messed up. Just like, all right, dude, we'll see you later. God.
Yeah. Does that? I meant to Google that before we got started, but does anybody remember if Wix ever comes back, like in the Voyager series?
I think he does. I think he runs into him on like a planet at some point in time and thinks that he makes up with him and then gets tricked by him. Like I remember a guy on there and I think that's him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, he's the little wormy looking one. The wormy Talaxian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's called Fair Trade. It's season 3, episode 13. Now I want to go back and watch that. That's really cool.
Yeah, we have those totally legitimate copies that don't say Battlestar Galactica on the front. So what has been everyone's favorite story so far? Which character's backstory have you enjoyed the most so far?
I mean, I like B'Elanna's the best because I love B'Elanna. But I think that Tom's hit me the hardest. Like when he killed all of his friends essentially, on accident. I freaked out, like I was like, oh, this isn't real. He's like dreaming or something. And it was to the point where I was like skipping sentences because like he's got to be dreaming, and got like real upset. It got hard to finish that part. Like it must have taken me like 15 minutes to get through 2 pages because I just kept going back and like thinking to myself and just like, no. So I thought that was crazy. But I mean, I love hearing anything anyone wants to say about B'Elanna. So
I think Neelix was still my favorite. I don't know. I don't.
I'm trying to figure out why I had such a strong, like, negative reaction to Tom's story while you're talking about it.
Well, if you didn't like him to begin with,
Well, I had those impressions going into it, but it was also like he spent the majority of the story talking about how he just needed to go ski.
then...
He was just gonna ski and fuck my dad. I'm just gonna go ski. So I was like, oh man, preppy kid, he's got a complex. So I don't know. Like I kind of felt sad when he killed all these people. I was just like, yeah, you're stupid. Don't ever be around people again. I had a really negative reaction to his story. I was just like, wow, he's a completely different person then than he is now. Or
So,
like, as we get to know him in the TV series, he turns into a completely different person.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how that's the same person. He seemed very.
So he didn't redeem himself whenever he got caught on purpose to lead them away from Chakotay and Seska and B'Elanna?
No, yeah,
I mean, I don't know that that redeemed everything, but that definitely. I can understand now more why he's so self-sacrificial later on, and in that part of the story too. I get that. Like he's got that guilt hanging over him forever.
Yeah.
Like, back to the question, I think Neelix is my favorite story because I wanted to know more about Neelix, and
It did flesh him out a lot better.
It did. Like, oh man, that really hit me hard when his family was like, when they were hugging and then he was gone, like, and never saw them again. That was hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Austin?
I liked Tom Paris's story, but partly because of the behind-the-scenes story of his character. I don't know if you guys remember the episode of Next Gen that he was in. It was when Wesley Crusher went to Starfleet Academy and joined, can't remember what they were called, that squadron of like fighter pilots, and they were like stunt flyers and everything. But it was actually the guy who plays Tom Paris playing this like squad leader. I can't remember exactly what happens at the end of the episode, but he does something stupid, reckless, and dangerous, tries to get everyone to like lie with him. And Tom Paris was supposed to be that character because he ends up at the end of the episode being disgraced and discharged, and so he was supposed to be that specific character, just crossing over shows. But they didn't do it because they would have had to pay royalties every time he was in an episode. They would have had to pay the writers of the Next Gen episode, so they just basically kept the backstory similar, but just changed the name of the character. Like, it was the son of an admiral and everything like that.
Yeah,
so.
Cadet First Class Nicholas Locarno.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm.
Apparently.
Mm.
Yeah.
The first
we watched that episode not too long ago. Lena, yeah.
I totally remember that episode. That's strange. I didn't know that.
That's crazy. I do remember that actor being in, episode of Next Gen, but I didn't realize that their initial intention or like that they wanted to bring that exact same character to Voyager.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I wish they would have. I wish they could have found a way to make that happen. I mean, it wouldn't have changed anything, I don't think, but I don't know, it still would have been just a cool connect.
Yeah, cool nod.
Yeah. But yeah, I liked that because it really did echo that episode and what happened, and so it just kind of just solidified that association in my mind a little bit. But it was, I like Tom Paris just because I like Tom Paris.
Yeah.
I love the milfy bartender who hits on him and his girlfriend walks in.
Oh, man.
Oh, that was kind of sad.
It was. As soon as it started,
you knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Just like, oh, she needs help doing pool. I wonder what's going to happen here. Hey, there she is.
That did end differently than I thought, where she like breaks down and like he bathes her and then they like embraced one another to go to sleep. That was
they're continuing warmth or some shit like that.
Yeah,
Remember that?
Their bodies warmed each other through the night.
I think I blocked that from memory. I was like, it didn't seem to fit. I was like, why are we talking about this?
Well, there were a lot of turns like that for me. Like,
Yeah.
like right there, you didn't expect that. You're like, oh, they're gonna break up now, and they didn't. I didn't.
Lana's story had a lot of that.
Yeah, like where she was playing with Tom and
Mhm.
like almost drowned or whatever.
Yeah.
That was random.
Mhm.
Tee. I really like, even though it kind of made me hate Tom Paris. I liked his story a lot. I thought it was good. But I think Neelix was probably my favorite because I really like Neelix. So what do you guys think that Janeway is plotting? Except Brittany, of course.
I don't know what her overall plan is, but I know there was significance to that ring slap.
So
I
what
agree.
do you
That's-
think the significance was then?
I think she put something in him. I think she put nanoprobes in him or something. And like
That was my thought too.
like I don't know to what end, because they're gonna explain it with the nanoprobes did X somehow. That's the magic
Somehow.
word. That's the magic Star Trek word. Is somehow this happened. Okay, moving on. But yeah, I think that's what happened, but I don't know why yet.
I'm lost. What part are y'all talking about?
When
What
Janeway
chapter?
arrives?
Janeway at the prison camp, chapter 8.
Yeah.
Nine?
Was
I
it the
think it's-
end?
No, it's like
Yeah.
chapter 9, and you read through 10.
What the crap? Okay, I'll go back
6, 7,
and
8, 9, 10. She shows up in like this crazy robe and big ass earrings and rings all over her fingers, and she's like with imagery, yes. And then she bitch slaps Chakotay and cuts his face with her ring.
And my next question was actually, did the cut from the ring mean something significant, or am I just imagining that it had a lot of attention drawn to it? And obviously, Austin also thought it had a lot of attention drawn to it.
Of course it did. Had to have.
And Lena, I guess, doesn't remember it. So
Well, those little sections, it's hard to tell what's important because they're so short, like the girth of the book,
Yeah.
is.
I think I thought
all
that
these
was part of the
stories.
memory.
I'm pretty sure that because I'm remembering like they're describing her outfit, but I don't know. I read a lot of it while I was falling asleep, so I think I thought it was part of a memory. I don't know. I'll have to go back and reread that part. But knowing Janeway, she wouldn't wear big jewelry or that outfit for no reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was all picked for a reason.
What do you think it's gonna be, Jason?
I was imagining something like Austin said. I think she put something in him, like, I don't know, something to make transporting him easier, or who knows.
Chicken pox.
Yep, she gave him chicken pox. Have some smallpox blankets. Take some. There's plenty for everyone. So does anyone else have any questions or thoughts that they want to add about this week's reading?
Since we don't really seem to talk about the actual prison part too much,
Hey, it's not hat party time.
What?
Young man, not
Huh?
hat party time. Turn that shit off.
What?
I'm wondering what role the second group's new neighbors are going to play in their escape, because I feel like they're devoting a lot of time to them, with descriptions of them and everything, and making a point of how they're like level-headed, and not assholes. So I feel like they're going to play a big part in the escape.
That reminds me. Would you say those guys are called the Ray or the Rye?
I'm not sure how I'm pronouncing it in my head.
I think it's RAI.
R-A-I.
Oh,
Cat.
Or something else that I just can't even imagine.
uh,
Rye!
I think I said Ray in my brain. I can't remember.
How did y'all pronounce Tom Paris's girlfriend's name?
Oh, Odile. I'm sure that's wrong. That's
That's
how
how
my
my
brain
phone said it,
processes
so that's
it.
what I went with.
Yeah, it's probably something like sexy in French, but
Well, when I
What did
when
he?
I when I read it, I pronounce it Odile.
That's great. What did you think of that character?
I liked that character, but
Yeah.
I kept questioning why she was with Tom.
I thought she was really, really boring, and I was like, what does he love about this person? Like, she's really
Well,
nice to him.
Yeah,
You
they
know?
just seemed mismatched. Like, there's nothing to really dislike about her. I guess other than she was boring.
Harvey wants to talk.
Uh, Harvey?
Hee. Where the heck is the stupid? Where is it? Pay no attention. Not doing anything.
I feel like we should have a Lola. Where's Lola?
I don't know. Find the Lola.
La 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 la.
Is there anything else you thought of?
No, that was all I really had.
I feel like there was. Oh wait, I dog-eared something. Let me check it.
Oh, I had a couple things dog-eared too, just random things.
Like what? Oh,
Oh.
let me guess. Charlie Day?
That I didn't dog-ear that one, but
You did. The first
Did I?
mention of his name was dog-eared, and I was like,
Oh.
he's gonna talk about the fact his name's Charlie
you're
Day.
right. I did do that. When Tom Paris's buddy was named Charlie Day, whenever I was visually picturing what was going on in the book, that was totally him the whole time. Like, it was just Charlie Day.
It was really hard not to.
I just embraced it.
You guys know who that is, right?
The guy from Always Sunny?
Yeah, the really
Yeah.
like wiry, crazy one.
Yeah.
Seriously, it was totally him the whole time. And do you guys remember the part where they mentioned the two crew members, the two gay crew members who one wanted to go with the other one when they were splitting camps up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jason, do you guys remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
One of them is going to die. At least one. At least that's my theory. Let me tell you why. Because they wouldn't have.
I'm just making eyes.
They would
He's
not
so
have made the
adamant.
point of
They're gonna die.
If they don't, I'll kill them both.
they wouldn't have of mentioning that and establishing some sort of happy relationship. We're going to use it to plunge an emotional knife into your heart.
Oh my.
It's like, do you guys remember that the original series episode that starts with a wedding?
No.
I don't know if you guys ever
I
watched
don't
it.
think I remember that one.
I remember
Well,
the
I've seen
Voyager episode that starts with a wedding.
Some, most, maybe.
Balana and Tom's
Uh-huh.
wedding.
With a weird fluxy one.
Yeah.
But anyways, there's this original series episode. It starts with a wedding, two characters you've never seen before, and it's very happy. And a red alert hits right in the middle of it, and they have to all scatter away to their stations. But you see this couple all throughout the episode. Like at one point, they're just like, hey, "It's gonna take more than the red alert to get out of Mary and me," and it's all cutesy. But then, of course, one of them dies at the end, and it's sad.
Ah, spoilers.
Whatever.
Yeah, dude, it's only been like 50 years.
Yeah.
I guess it's just too soon, I know. But yeah, I think the same thing is going to happen with at least one of them. That's my opinion.
Okay.
I could see that, yeah. I didn't get that feeling from it, but I could totally see that being why it was in there.
Wasn't that from like part 1, like chapters 1 through 5?
I didn't think it was.
Because you've
No,
mentioned this to me before already.
Well, I finished this section like over a week ago.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah, I think it was in this
I thought
section.
you were just like adamant about this. You're like, I only heard about them once, but man, one of them's gonna die, and I want to talk about it again.
Just the death count.
I had a little section dog-eared from Balana, of course, and you know how when you're at work and you have to talk to customers or users or whatever you want to call them, and you have to put on this like facade of I'm so happy to help you right now, and I'm so happy to troubleshoot this issue, and this is totally not your fault, and you know you don't piss me off in any way, shape, or form, stuff like that. So B'Elanna is getting in trouble for fighting with the safety protocols off at on the holodeck, which
Yeah.
we learned she loves to do. And so she gets caught and reprimanded and accidentally says something in a tone she's not supposed to. And I love how it goes back and forth between like what she wants to do to this guy and what she says, I was like, is this my internal monologue? Because that's what it feels like, especially this last part where she says, "Yes, sir." And then it says, she exited the holodeck without looking at him again, imagining the satisfaction of squeezing his eyeballs in her fists until they ran like jelly. And I was like, yeah.
Gross.
Yeah. Like lapping it up the whole time.
Yeah, my daydreams aren't that violent, but I can relate.
I have days that they are. Like today may have been one of those days.
Yeah.
Where you just sits around thinking about popping eyeballs. Gross.
I more so was like, I should have thought of that, when I was mad. Did you have any more in here?
I don't think I did.
I had a question.
What's your question?
So, given that we know that this takes place before the end of the Voyager TV series, you know that they're going to get rescued.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, do y'all think, well, not Brittany, but Jason and Austin, do y'all think,
How large of a rescue effort do you think there will be?
How what of a rescue effort?
large?
Large.
I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be some kind of huge. I don't think it's gonna be some kind of huge thing like that one episode of Battlestar where they jump into the atmosphere, launch all the ships, and it's a crazy attack. I think it's gonna be something very sneaky.
But do you think that only the Voyager crew will be rescued, or do you think that in typical Voyager fashion they'll try to save the world?
I think they're gonna try to save the world, but it won't be Voyager who does it. They're gonna try to maybe spark some kind of riot, some kind of
Revolution.
something. I mean,
Yeah.
I just can't see them going to war against, somebody else just brazenly like that. I don't know. I just feel like they're going to do something to like spark a riot or do something. I feel like they're going to be the catalyst, but I don't think they're going to be doing it all.
Jason, what do you think?
I kind of want them to save everything.
I would agree. I'd say that they're probably going to spark a riot and that the Ray Rye guys are going to have a big part in it. You guys like this pasture in my beard?
I see that.
Nice. I don't know what's going on with this. I don't know. Some ruins over here.
Yeah.
Area. Yeah. So the only stuff that I had dog-eared in mine, I ended up not wanting to say because it was about how I kept thinking about you doing goofy-ass shit when he would say Bruno. And then they killed them all.
Anybody was going to mention that.
Yeah, and then they killed them all. And I was like,
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about that anymore.
Dead. Yeah, I liked obviously reading that. Especially the description of what he looked like. I was like, yeah, that's what people named Bruno look like.
Teehee. Anybody got anything else?
I think that's all I can remember.
Nothing matters. No. So our next meeting will be 2 weeks from now, unless something's going on, which would be the hell's today? So the 12th of August is our next meeting at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Does that work for everybody? Anybody have anything going on? No? Okay. And I will update that. And I believe that we're reading to the end of the book this time, right?
I think so. Let's see.
I think so. I think it ends at 15. So
11. Question mark. Yeah, probably.
yeah,
It's not that much. It's only like womp.
cool. Yeah, that's what I thought it was 3. So that is it. And with that, I guess we are done. So we should probably like I don't know, get dressed to go somewhere or something. What? I don't. What? Meow. I'm a cat monster. No, wait, I'm a catfish. Look at me.
Nah.
Catfish.
Meh.
Boop. Ah. Oh, that's so pretty, Lena. Down by mile. Draw, bitches, draw. What? What? Huh? Oh, I'm so pretty.
Oh, I'm not showing up.